Hey, Karen here to show you a fun border to make. I know I did a sneak peek on my back of the barn page, but I'm going to show you how to use up a bunch of stickers that you may have laying around that you're just not using. Here's a couple of borders that I made. These were not laying around. These are new stickers from the spring equinox collection that I just thought I would give a try, on these borders. So you can see how many stickers it uses. And I'm going to show you how to make this because it's really easy. If you're like me, you have lots of binders or bins full of sticker sheets. So I kind of looked through there and found a sticker sheet that I'm going to use to make this border. So hold on. So here we are at my desk. So this is what I made. So we're going to do something very similar. I may change it up. This is a vertical border. I'm going to make a horizontal border. I'm going to make a two-page layout and make a horizontal border. So I'm going to show you how we do that a little differently. But it's pretty much going to have the same look. So I grabbed a sticker sheet that was from the Nordic Winter collection. I don't know why, but I have an overabundance of these stickers. So I figured I would use these. So this is for the, so what I'm starting out with, what you will need is your stickers, and I'm going to use a pen and a dot pen, a regular pen and a dot pen, which I will show you as I get going. And I'm going to start with a 4 by 10.5 piece of cardstock that I'm going to put my stickers on. So for this one, you can see it's a vertical border. So I made sure my stickers were aligned correctly, that I knew I was going to have this vertically. So this one I'm going to do horizontal. So I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to hold it this way and have everything go down so it works well. I'm going to start with the bigger ones first. It doesn't mean I'm going to use the entire sheet. I'll just see how it fills in. And let's get you a little closer here. So I'm going to see how this fills in and how it looks. And, I have no problem using big stickers. So I'm just going to start doing the big ones first. And then I'm going to fill it in with smaller stickers. So that has a little center that comes out. So, and just going to keep doing it. Try to, kind of place them around here and there, making sure that I put things in the orientation that I want. It doesn't mean you can't put things, slightly askew. That would be fun. But I don't think I'm going to put anything sideways or upside down. I want it to look somewhat random. And don't be afraid to put some longer, weird stickers that you don't know what you would do with. And again, this could be one that you put sideways or upside down, or even off the page if you didn't really care if you had the whole sticker on there. I'm not going to put this one on, but I did do some, you can see on here. I did do a long one on here that was kind of a branch. So, um, I don't know, maybe I'll go back to it. I don't know. I'm just going to do what feels right. And we have some antlers that we can put on. Sure, why not? Let's go for some antlers. Whoop. There we go. I'll definitely put the other one. If I put one, I'm putting the other somewhere. I don't think I'm going to put them together. I think I will put them separate from each other. And I have all these little round circles that, I think I'll put a darker one there since it's surrounded by lighter colored. I can put this one here. Got some trees that I will put there. And I have a lot of smaller stickers too. So I do want one of these because I believe I'm going to use the border sticker that looks a lot like it. Let's just try and decide where I want to put it. Okay, I'll put it there. And you may put it together and think, wow, this looks like really bad and awkward, but you're going to see how it's going to come together. I'm going to put some, you know what? I'm going to put this one upside down. What the heck? I just said I wouldn't, but I'm going to show you that it will work. So I'm going to fill in a little bit with some of these smaller pieces. Now, don't feel like they all have to be super tight because it will come together. Don't worry. Let's see. I'm going to put this one. Oh, where am I going to put this one? I could put this one right here. Put some more. Got a little tiny pine cone that I think I'm going to put right here. And that one can go there. Got these little gems that will fit in cute little places. I have another flower that I think I want to put on. That flower will look cute right there. Let's see, but I have another green gem. How many stickers I've used already? My goodness. I think we're getting pretty full. I think we're kind of getting to the end. I do have another gem. I'm not sure if I wanted to add that color, but maybe I will. Why not? I'm weird about color sometimes. There. I think that is where I'm going to stop. I do have some more stickers left over. I could always use them in different places on my layout or not, or use them later. So I'm going to take my trimmer. And again, this was 4 by 10.5. So I'm going to cut it exactly in half. I'm going to cut it at 2 inches. And it's going to cut right through a lot of my stickers. So you want to make sure you cut it. Put some pressure down and make sure you cut it well. So now I've got these 2 pieces. Okay. So I'm going to put I'm going to show you what my layout's going to look like and what I'm going to do with it. I have 2 6 by 12. Well, actually my base, just to show you what I did with my base, is I have 2 pieces of white cardstock. It's actually the fly sheet from a pack of paper that I gutted out. And then I took 2 pieces of designer paper that I cut down to 11.5 by 11.5. And 11.5, actually I cut an inch off of each side, so it's 11 by 11, and then stuck it on. And then I have 2 pieces that are 6 by 12 that are going to go across each one. So why don't I do one at a time just to show you what it's going to look like. Going to grab my 13 by 13 inch mat just to help me put this in the right place. And I'm going to put this down. I haven't completely decided, which is common for me, how I'm going to exactly do my placement on here. I'm still on the fence. I want to do it and kind of see how it comes out. So this is going to basically go across here, but I'm going to put it down a little bit lower. So I haven't decided if I'm putting it down lower or if I'm actually going to put it here. So let's decide. I think I'm going to raise this an inch. I was centering it exactly on the page, but I think I'm going to go up an inch, which will be fine if I leave any marks here for lifting it because the border is going to go over it anyway. So this is me rethinking what I'm doing. This is real time. 6, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to go up an inch higher than I was. Okay. Make sure that's pretty exact. There we go. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to cut it into 6 pieces. And it's going to be 1.75 inches each. So this was 10.5. So actually my first piece would be, if I wanted to, I could just cut it in half first and then do, each piece should be, if it's 6 inches, each piece should be 1.75 inches. So if I cut this at a half, I know I at least have that first cut good. So I'm going to cut it right in the center. And you want to make sure you keep them in order. Okay, so I'm going to do my 1.75 inches. I'm going to stack them in the correct order. 2, 3, that seems a little small. If they're not exact, they're not exact. Don't sweat it. You know, sometimes we're just not exact. So just do the best you can. That one seems a little bigger, but whatever. It doesn't matter. It's all going to come together. So now what I can do is I need another strip right here. Now I have to think about what color I want to use. Do I want to extend that? This is what I'm going to use also. Bottom, I can, because I have these in order. So I'm going to get a piece of cardstock and these are going to be spaced like this. So this will be my bottom border. So I'm going to need another piece of cardstock. Now I do keep a little bin that I keep my strips that I may use this. Oh, that's a little short. I have that punched. So I'm going to pick a color that would go with this. And I have plenty in here. This is kind of I think I might do this. That's white is a possibility because I have the navy and everything. So that may go. I think I may just do the white. Or I can do this shimmer that I have. It's like a lagoon shimmer, which I don't think I'm going to do. So I think what I'll do is this. So this is 2 inches. And I'm going to cut this to 2.25 inches because I don't want a big border around it. Just enough that I can evenly put this on. So I have my strip and I'm just going to put a little bit in each one. Now, normally I would recommend using repositionable tape for this. You can see this one is clearly smaller than the rest, and you're going to see that it's not going to matter. So I'm just going to put a little bit of regular tape on and just see how I can space these so they space nicely. Okay. And then I'll just stick them on better as I get going. I think I'm going to have to move them already because see how I have a giant space there? So this is what I'm going to have to do. So it might be easier for me to do it this way. I think this is much easier. So I'll just space them a little bit more. This is where a multi-purpose tool comes in handy, but I am packed up for a retreat that I'm vendoring, so I don't have everything in front of me. Yep, I'm still gonna have to space them some more. What you can do, actually, I'm gonna show you something you can do. If you don't want it to go all the way across, you can do that. So I can space them closer. Which I'm gonna do. Watch this. Watch me pivot. Okay. Going to do that. And then I'm going to trim that bit off the end. And look how nicely it fits. Because this one I have like the paper there, so it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter at all how that's going to be. So that's cool. This is your basic look that we're going to have. I think it looks really cute. So I'm going to pull these and tape them down much better. And then I'm going to show you the finishing touches, which I feel it will need. And again, I wish I had my multi-purpose tool to make this easier, but I will be okay. All right. And again, they don't have to be perfectly evenly spaced. If you're somebody that has to, I'm not somebody that has to be perfect about everything, but if you are, that's okay. You can use your ruler, you can use any kind of like measurement tool that you have that works for you. A zero centering ruler is a great tool if you like things to be exact. I like to just do the best I can and not worry about it. Okay, that I did. So I have two more left. Now, like I said, the key is to make sure you have your order of your pieces correct. One more. And then we'll put this together. Now, mind you, remember we have two of these, so this will be a double page spread. All right, so there we have that. And now I'm going to take, because to me, it still looks like it could be finished a little more. So I'm going to take my dot pen, and this color it says Splash. And I'm just going to go through and fill in those empty spaces with some dots. See how that just adds a cute little look? You could do, and what's nice about the dot pen is the longer you hold it down or the harder you hold it down, the bigger the dot. So you could do a trio of dots, 3 different sizes. So watch, I'll do that here. See, that's 3 different size dots. So you can kind of go like that. You could do 2, but just go through. You could take your pen and do a little pen work, maybe have done some maybe snowflakes on this if you wanted to. I don't trust myself to hand do some snowflakes, so I'm not going to bother. So, oh, this one has none. So there we go. So put some dots in each one. If you don't like dots, don't do dots. Then I take my pen, and I think this is a navy blue. So that's perfect. And I'm just going to do some line work in my boxes. I'm going to go around and I'm going to put a line. I'm going to outline each box on the inside. If there's a sticker in the way, then I just stop and go around this. I have a break in the line. Not a big deal. Again, and if you're someone who likes everything to be exact and you're afraid to draw a line, use a ruler. I kind of like the hand-drawn look, so I don't worry about it. My lines are never perfect. They're usually very, very imperfect. But, if everything is imperfect, then you don't notice. It's not a big deal. But I like the look of hand-drawn, just like I'm all about journaling your own albums instead of typing them out because you don't like your handwriting. Who cares? Your handwriting is your handwriting. It's like a fingerprint. It's part of you. It's who you are. If you have messy handwriting, it's part of who you are. It's fine. If you're not a good speller, you're not a good speller. There's spell check. There we go. I'm almost done. So I'm just filling in. This is looking really good. Very happy with this. For the video, I'm only going to finish this one half of the layout, but you will get the idea. I will post a picture of it finished. See how quick that was? Now I'm going to show you a little closer. You can see, whoop, hopefully it's not too blurry, but you can see the dots and the little outline. It really adds a nice look. So I'm going to put that there. Careful not to overuse your tape. Never go like this all the way down. You don't need that much tape. You'll be fine. All right. So I'm going to put that there. Okay, that looks cute already. And then I have these border stickers. I got to use these things. And that's the reason why I made sure I put this sticker in, because I wanted to use this and it ties it together. Now, I could take this, I could put it down here if I wanted to. It would probably look really cute with some foam squares popping it up, but it seems like if I put it up here, it might finish it really nicely. So I think I'm going to do that. Deciding whether or not I'm going to pop it up or not. I think I might, because that way I can make sure if I have to tuck something under it, I will. And let's see. Let's see. You know what? It's packed away. It's not getting popped up. So I'm just going to put this on. I'm going to just go over it. There we go. Love it. And then I have the pieces, the centers that I cut out of the white cardstock on the bottom that I can cut as my mats. So I'm going to put, this actually could be, let me trim the little excess off here. I need to take the mat. Your trimmer is ever not cutting right, it's because you have something under it. Or it's hanging off the table. So always make sure they're not hanging off the table. Because that's what was happening with mine is I had my mat underneath it and it was hanging off the mat. So, all right. So I'm going to cut. Okay. I'm going to make 3.5 by 5.5 mats. So I put 3.5, 5. So I'm going to do 3 on each side. Just to fit into that 6 by 12 piece of cardstock. And this is just photo placement. This doesn't have to be a mat. You can make the mat a little bit bigger. You can make the mat, if you want to make an actual mat, you could do 3 3/4 by 5 3/4. But I think my photos will be 3.5 by 5.5. All right, and then right here, is where they will be. There you go. See how easy that was? And I did it slightly different from these. So these, I did put the white underneath, but then I put another piece of cardstock on and I cut a border on one side. So that was really the only difference on here. And this border is a 12-inch border, 12 inches long, whereas I cut this one a little bit shorter just to make it work on this page. But have fun with it, play around, enjoy. And thanks for listening and watching. Bye.